international love designer and relationship reinvention expert. If you are somebody or know somebody that's going through a horrible breakup because they just got back in the dating game and they're rusty, I'm definitely the person to talk to. So today's show is all about people who often are inexperienced in the dating world and they rush back into relationship too quickly. So in my book, Get Real About Love, I help people to look at all the phases of life that people are experiencing. Because basically you're either getting in a relationship right now, or you just got out of a marriage or divorce and you're back in the game, or your heart is completely broken and you're shut down. So I help people to really take a good evaluation of the patterns that they've set up in dating or the lack of experience that they have in dating so that they don't make mistakes to make more heartache come into their life. Because a lot of people are heartbroken out there with the divorce rate being so high. You know, a lot of people just say, I'm done with love. But I'm telling you, there's a lot of love to be found. So I'm going to tell you a story about a client of mine, not to say any names. He's a handsome gentleman in his early 50s. He was married for many years, has a grown teenage daughter. He has a successful business. He was married to someone that was not very healthy mentally, and he stuck with the marriage for a really long time trying to make it work. But he wasn't happy. So he finally went through a divorce. And he heard me on a radio show talking about reinventing, so he called me. So I was helping him build his confidence and to really get clear on what he wanted now, because he hadn't dated in many, many years. So this is what I see as a pattern that happens with people that are rusty in the dating game, especially for guys, because women have hundreds of books to teach them about love and relationships, and a lot of men are rusty. And the women, when they start dating men that are going through divorce, they go, oh my God, he has no experience dating. Well, guess what, ladies? Some of these guys love being married, and if you're a little gentler with them, you may find that you're going to find someone that loves commitment. Even though their marriage might not have worked, they really are they like to be with one woman. So this guy in particular was an old-fashioned guy. He was looking for somebody special. And what happened was he was flying in from out of town to meet with me. I gave him a complete image makeover. And right around the same time that he made a commitment to coach with me, a woman that he had worked with from his past contacted him after 15 years. Now this woman was beautiful. She was an experienced dater, had been divorced for over 15 years, and had dated a series of men, even gotten married a couple of times, but hadn't locked down a man that she was really in love with. They had a lot in common in business. Their children were the same age. Everything looked like a perfect match. And the first thing that I said to him, because he was here right after he had met her, the sparks were flying, right? So I got him this whole handsome wardrobe. So when he went back, he felt like he was on top of his game. And I said to him before he left, take it slow. This is like the first woman that you've met in a really long time, and she's super sexy, she's experienced in dating, and she might pull you into her web too quick. And that is exactly what happened. So they got involved very quickly, romantically, sexually, and then he called me and said, I think that this is the woman of my dreams. Now, anybody that's out there that hasn't dated in a long time, the first 3 months of a relationship is usually the honeymoon phase, as you've heard. Everything's going great, there's sizzling sex, there's the romantic get-togethers, but you still really haven't seen the whole lifestyle of a person. So, if you are a person that is newly single again, don't rush into love. So he did do that, and he called me, and during the time that I was working with him, and I still am actually, there was red flags along the way. So if you're new at dating and you're still not totally clear on what you're looking for, look at dating as an experiment and an experience to learn about the things that you want in love and the things that you don't. So this woman lived an hour away. They were seeing each other 2 or 3 times a week, and on all the weekends, they made a commitment really quickly. And I suggested to him just to take it a little slower. But like I said before, he didn't do that. Now, 3 months in, she started to pull back. She was getting odd texts from ex-boyfriends. Now, she had just broken up from a 2-year relationship, and he had broken up from a long-term marriage. So she still had someone, in the wings. I call it a passenger remaining in her vehicle. And she told him that that man was still contacting her along with all of her ex-boyfriends. So she had like a posse of men still chasing her while she was saying that she was committed to him. Now, this red flag was something that, he said, listen, I don't want to be jealous. We're just starting out. I'm going to let her do what she needs to do. But what I felt intuitively, and he felt her come into the relationship strongly and then pull back. And then she kept asking him about his finances, his status, and his business, and was like basically checking him out to see if he was financially stable. So over time, it only was a 2.5-month relationship. Right at the end, it turned out that she was very, very demanding of his time, wanted him to be there all the time with her, but she had 3 other men pursuing her during that time. And he contacted me just the other day and said, oh my God, she literally broke up with this with her over text and just said, I'm finished with you. You can't give me what I want. I wanted somebody richer than you. Now, wow, what a stab in the heart after text that she wrote to him saying that he was the man of her dreams, that she wanted real love this time, wasn't going to go for the money. And then she ended up telling him that he wasn't rich enough for her and that he couldn't provide her with the lifestyle that she was trading him in, true love in, for the money. So how would that make you feel? If somebody told you for 3 months that you were the perfect person for her, send you a text in the morning saying that you're the man I can't wait to marry, and then about 5 hours later breaks up with them. So this is what happens when you rush into love. You don't know whether somebody really is honest. You have no idea if they are really who they say they are until time goes by and experiences happen. So if you are new at dating, I'm here to say, slow down the whole beginning of the dating process. Find out about the patterns that they had in relationships from their past very subtly without interrogation, and really, really take your time not to overgive, not to overcommit to somebody that you don't know. And once sex comes into the picture, oftentimes people get blindsided by the red flags. So if this is you, I invite you to read my book, Get Ready for Love, Get Real About Love, so that you're ready. Cut. So if this is you, I invite you to read my book, Get Real About Love, so that you can understand that when you meet somebody, if you're not in the same phase that they're in, if you still see that there's passengers in their lives that are taking up their energy, you might want to slow down the process and not overgive. And when you're new at dating, sometimes you're a little rusty in the dating game. So don't do what this guy did. He was overgiving, he committed too soon, and now instead of beating himself up, I said, look at this as a gift. You learned a lot about yourself. You learned that you want real love. You learned that rushing isn't a good idea. And you got some sex, right? He got his groove back with this woman. So take the gifts from lessons that sometimes might break your heart and block your heart, and then move forward with your heart open. Don't block your heart just because an experience took you down because you rushed. So if you have a pattern of rushing into love, I invite you to get real with yourself at why you're wanting to have love happen so quickly. Because when you build a foundation of love by getting to know somebody, really getting to know their lifestyle, the way that they feel about faith, the way they eat, the way that they live their life, you can uncover some qualities about them to see if they are a match for you. So this is Renee Piane, and I am here to help you get real about love and find extraordinary love. So if this sounds like something you've done in your past, I invite you to either give me a call for a love design session so that you don't have to get your heart broken over and over again. and also to take your time and value yourself and your heart so that you can find somebody that will treat you sacredly and you can find extraordinary love. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you like this advice. Please subscribe to my channel. I have so much more to share and some really amazing love stories that will inspire you to believe in love. Thank you so much for tuning in.